All right guys, 2024, what's in the bag? I love making this video every year. I mean, it is so much fun because a lot of things change throughout the year in my bag. Now, I'm not a great golfer. I'm about an 11 handicap if you guys have been watching the channel for a while. It's not the prettiest swing in the world, but guys, the more important thing is I'm getting better. I'm improving, and I'm improving because of all of the clubs, the changes, the fittings I've gone through, the tech that I'm wearing. Basically everything in this bag is not only sharp, cool, sexy, new, but it's actually helping me become a better golfer. So I'm gonna take you through the entire bag, and the way this video is gonna flow, I'm gonna start with the sexiest clubs, the driver. I'm hitting it so well so far. Dispersion is really tightened up with this club, and I'm gonna show you why with our personal launch monitor, the Rapsodo that we're gonna plop down for this, and then I'll take you through the irons. Guys, the irons are brand new. I put them in the bag about 7 months ago, and a week after putting them in the bag, I shot my best round ever. There was a 7 handle on that scorecard. I'm so excited to take you through those. And then of course, I'll show you the Scotty Cameron, but before that, it's the brand new custom Vokey SM10 wedges that, yes, we flew down to Georgia about a month and a half ago for this fitting. One of the best fittings ever. I'll take you through that. I'll kind of remind you of what I got there. I'm gonna show you because I customize them, all different colors, all cool different sayings on them. They are so pretty. And I got a new finish on my wedges for the first time ever. So along with the clubs, I'm gonna show you a lot of the new tech I have in the bag. Got some cool little training aids in here that are pretty sweet. So without further ado, let's pull out the driver and let's start this thing. All right, so before we get started, I gotta shout out the venue. Guys, behind me here is North Jersey Country Club. It's in Wayne, New Jersey. It's one of my favorite golf courses in the area. They've been super kind to let us come and film content here a lot, and we got a beautiful venue for this video, so huge shout out to those guys. All right, driver. It's the most fun club in the bag. Everybody loves hitting it, including myself. So this was in last year's edition of What's in the Bag. I was fit for this back in 2021 towards the end of the year. We went out to TPI out in Carlsbad. It was our first experience out there. What a place. We got to meet Glenn, who was my fitter that day, and it was such an eye-opening fitting. We hit every single model in the new driver lineup that day, and I ended up fitting into the TSR3. Incredible that after that fitting, my carry distance on my driver went up by 9 yards and my total distance went up by 17. Come on. So you could see why I love this club, but more importantly, what I noticed when I went from the TSI to TSR, I saw little changes in dispersion. It started to get a little bit tighter. So all in all, absolutely love how this club is performing. All right, and the woods, oh man, these wedges are so pretty. I cannot wait to show you these things and all the fun I had customizing it on the website. It was super cool, but we'll get to that in a sec. So the woods, really nothing different than the driver. I'm fitting the TSR here as well as the hybrid TSR. Again, incredible fittings, hit all the models in the lineup, and I suggest that you go and do that too. Do not just go buy clubs off the rack. You should definitely go get fit because there are multiple different options and everybody's swing is different. We played some great courses last summer here in the state of New Jersey, including this, and believe me, there are some long par 3s out here, 230, 240, and you know, these clubs come in handy for those. Now, a little more specifically about the hybrid. This actually was not in my What's in the Bag last year because I was fit into it later on in the year, and I went over to Kevin Sprecher at Sleepy Hollow. And let me tell you something, it was great to watch Kevin work. And what he did is he studied my swing data from my 3-wood and my longest iron, the 4-iron. And what he was looking for there in the numbers is what was my gapping? You know, what kind of hybrid did I need to gap between the 4-iron and my 3-wood? And you know, again, there's TSR2, there's TSR3, there's a bunch of different ones. We needed to find out which one to go into, and I landed in the TSR2 here. So consistently across the woods from driver, 3-wood, hybrid, TSR2, and again, incredible fitting. And now I just have way more confidence in my woods because of that. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to the fitting. Frank had an incredible fitting. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. He had an incredible fitting with Andy Inman where he ended up in a mixed set of irons, and it's been happening. It happens to a lot of players. It might be the smart thing for you. You never know. Like I said, everybody's swing is different, so that's why you can't just buy off the rack. So because I was on vacation, I wasn't able to go with Frank and Andy, but I did call my buddy Kevin Sprecher. I said, Kevin, I gotta come over there. I gotta feel these brand new, these irons. Frank is loving it. He's getting so much more tighter dispersion, distance, everything. I want to experience them for myself. So I did a full fitting with them, and what I ended up in was the Titleist T350s consistently from the pitching wedge, which is a 43 degree, down to my 4-iron. Now, what was cool is Kevin was studying my turf interaction. He was looking at things like dispersion, and I ended up hitting the whole lineup. And the best and the most forgiving ones for me were these 350s. And listen, at the end of the day, I'm not going into these fittings saying, I want to have tour level irons. I want to be cool with the T100 and show my buddies. I don't care about that. I just want the best club for me. And at an 11.8 handicap, I needed something more forgiving. I don't strike it always consistently right down the middle. I'll mishit it a little bit right. I'll pull hook it a little bit left, just like you guys. So I want to make sure that I had the right clubs for me. And you know, everything seems to be working out really well. And like I mentioned before, I put these clubs in the bag. About a week later, last summer, we went up to Wiltwick and I shot a 78, my best score I've ever shot in my life. And I think I owe a lot of it to these irons because even the play since then has been pretty stellar. And I've noticed that in the numbers on my launch monitor. All right, I'm gonna hit those crispy brand new wedges for you in real time. I just wanna show you the turf interaction and you can experience that same kind of feeling that I had when I was down in Georgia. But 1 second on that, gotta show you the Scotty Cameron. This is nothing new. I've had this in the bag for almost 5 years now. And there's a lot of great tour players. Guys like Tiger Woods have used the same putter for decades. Now I know I'm not Tiger Woods, but the concept is still valid. If you got a club that's really working out well for you, maybe it doesn't need a change. And you know, this is that Select Newport 2. Again, been gaming it for about 5 years. Love the way it feels, the height, the feel. So I tried multiple lengths and this one just fits me pretty well. All right, time to strike some fresh new custom Vokey wedges. So first, freshie, I'm a FootJoy glove guy, the Stasof. You guys are gonna laugh. I was fit for gloves too. I know. We were at the PGA show one year and we were in the FootJoy booth and they said, why don't you guys fit? Let me tell you something. It's like a glove. Get it? So this is good. I got my custom wedges, like I said, fresh out of the box. I took them out on a round the other day. I hit them. So they only have really one round in them, maybe about 10 shots each. So here they are. Let's go hit them. I'm going to start with the 48. Now I went into the fitting with a pitching wedge, which was 43 degrees. Then I had a 46 degree wedge, only 3 degrees difference, which was odd. And then I had a 52 and a 60. John, my fitter, immediately when he saw it, he thought that the gap between the 43 and the 46 might be too tight. We might need to kind of lengthen that out a little bit, get a little bit more, maybe bump up to a 48. So that's what he tested me in, and that's what I ended up in, the 4810F. And I'm gonna show you how this club strikes through the turf. It is so clean, so sexy. You guys gotta check this out. All right, so as you can see right there, this is about my 130 to 135 club. Very consistent. It is a club I will find myself using quite often on a par 4 approach. It's about the distance that I am left home. So this club is gonna get a lot of use. I'm gonna get into the customization a little bit and why I went with what I put on it. But first I wanna talk about the 58 degree. Believe it or not, for the first time ever, I am not carrying a 60 degree wedge in my bag. And it felt a little weird when I got it because I was just not used to it. But I mean, the fitting was so compelling and the reason for putting it in was so valid that I'm so confident in it. I love the way it feels. So this is my 100-yard club. I'm gonna give it a little shot here. Again, nice high ball flight. I love that. Maybe it'll hit those greens, maybe suck it back on the green, that little pullback. I absolutely love the club. And I'm telling you, the turf interaction on these brand new SM10s, oh man, it's silky. And it's hard to explain it through the lens. You just have to feel it for yourself. Get a wedge fitting. Get a wedge fitting on turf. Just do it. You owe yourself that much. All right, so now for the stamping. So I went with a unique, different color combo. Now, if you're the type of person who likes a straight consistency throughout your wedges, it's great. I think that looks super sleek too. I like to change it up because Vokey allows you to customize their wedges with all these different color options and different stampings. I got a little funky with it. So, I mean, as you can see, I actually matched the color of the grips and some of the little accents like the stickers, wedge work stickers, with the color of the stamping. So on the 48, all red out 48 with the F in red, and I've got no bad days. Guys, no bad days. It's something that Frank and I, we live by. It's one of our mottos, right? If you're out here playing golf, there's really no bad days, right? There's nothing that can really go wrong if you're out here on a beautiful day. We're just out here having fun. It's also the name of our brand new golf community that we've created called the No Bad Days Golf Society. I'm not gonna tell you all about it here. Click the link in the video description. It's free to join. We got a lot of events for that community coming up this year. So check it out if you wanna be a part of that. As far as the rest of them goes, Divot King and Money, I've had these on the previous set, so No Bad Days was the only new one. Divot King, because if you've seen me play golf, you know I take absolutely massive divots with my wedges, and I get called out for it, so I called myself out for it. Divot King there. And then the 58, which, like I said, was the 60, is still the Money Club because it is the club that I use for pretty much everything 100 yards in. I'm the most confident with it, therefore it's my cha-ching Money Club. So get funky. If you order new wedges from Vokey, you can get nuts. You can do all these funky little designs on it. Have fun with it. All right, now for the fun part. What's in the bag? What's new? Training aids, tech, wearables, things like rangefinders, launch monitors. Let's get into it. First, I know you're probably looking at this thing and saying, what is this? It's unique. It's just sticking out of my bag. This is the Rypstick Swing Speed Trainer. Been using this thing for a long time now, maybe about 7-8 months. And man, has my swing speed gone up. Just a little use of this, just been incredible. We actually did a whole video where we did Rypstick for 30 days and the results were pretty mind-blowing. I mean, seriously, I did not expect to gain that much that quick. So I have this in the bag. It comes everywhere I go because it's an awesome warm-up. Travel, on the road, going to new courses, things like today. When I step up to the range, I swing this for a little bit, and then later on, sometimes at home throughout the week, I'll pull it out and I'll do a Rypstick session right in the app. I mean, that's what it's there for. Love it. Not gonna get rid of this thing. It's great. So let's get right into it. I'm not storing a massive amount of things in my bag. It's just the bare essentials, but some of the things that I gotta start and highlight. On the left side is the glove pocket. I've always got a Freshie Stasof FootJoy glove. They last a few rounds for me, but after a while it starts to lose that feel that I love, that Freshie feel. And to me, that's important. It's just the way that the hand interacts with the grip of the club. I always like that fresh feel. So I'll make sure there's a few gloves. Pick up 2 or 3 on your next outing, throw them in your bag. It should last you a little bit. All right, the balls are new this year. I was a Pro V1X guy. I still am, but I'm Pro V1X left dash. I've worked with a lot of instructional coaches over the last 6 to 7 months, and a lot of them, after watching my swing, they suggested that I look into trying this, feeling this, and you know, it all came down to spin for me. I was very spinny with my shots, and these are designed to help me kind of reduce that spin. So far, so good. I'll report back later on the road, or maybe in my next What's in the Bag, but so far, so good with the Pro V1 left dash golf balls. All right, you might be asking what the bag itself is. This is the Players 4 and the Onyx bag, which has got that really unique shine out here. It kind of looks like a reptile skin in a way. Really cool in the reflective light. It's sleek, but the best part about this, it is so super light. It's one of the lightest bags I've ever had. It makes caddies happy, that's for sure. But you know, transporting in and out of the car, bringing it in and out of the house, and especially all the trips we're going on. If you're a travel guy, if you go on a lot of buddies trips, this is the bag. I absolutely love it. You could probably get them customized. I know you can. There's a lot of different ways you could do it, but go check out the Players 4 from Titleist. You won't be disappointed. You could probably even go feel it. Go to like a local pro shop or something and pick it up and feel it for yourself. Now the large pocket, everyone kind of throws some things in here. I got my rangefinder in here. This year, I'm using the ShotScope ProZR. This bad boy just launched. I mean, this is durable. This is might be one of the most durable rangefinders I've ever seen, and the prices, guys, ShotScope, they know what they're doing with their prices. If you are new to their products, go check them out. As you know, we've been using ShotScope for some time. We are big believers in things like the V5 watch, which just came out. I love having GPS hazards. You could see the green now. They've got maps on the flags. Let me tell you something, these things have come a long way with technology, and this thing, which just came out, might be the best watch on the market. So I throw this on my wrist when I go out to play, and if I'm uncertain about a certain pin, if it's in a funky location, and I want to get more dialed in, I got my ProZR. Again, really excellent, exceptional rangefinder. And then down here, I just have shoved in, I've got the old rolled up laundry bag, is what I call it. It rains, weather's changing. FootJoy just dropped this new stuff called the Tempo series. This is like paper napkin thin, but let me tell you something, when a breeze rolls in, it keeps you warm. I mean, and then when the sun, because you see the sun is going in and out today on an 85-degree day here in New Jersey, it's good to throw this thing on when it gets cool, and even when the sun comes back out, you're not sweating in it. That's the problem. Some of these things get too hot, you don't know what to do. I just throw this thing on, I'm good all day, no matter what the temperature is. So you throw that in your bag, you're ready for all the elements. Rain gear's in here too, no need to harp on that. FootJoy does a great job with their rain gear too. Oh, and speaking of weather, I almost forgot, new addition to the bags. I always forget sunscreen. I know it's probably the most important thing you can have in your golf bag. Not many of us use it. We're guilty. I'm guilty, but there's no excuses now. I found this stuff, Brotion Sun Singles. Guys, amazing. They come in these little packets. I just throw them in my bag. I ordered so many of them. I just throw them in here. They're gonna live in here, so I have no excuse. This is the pocket I kind of put some of my valuables in. So I'm going in that pocket no matter what. It's gonna stare me in the face when I open it. No excuses not to put the sunscreen on. And then one last bit of tech. You've seen it on the channel. We reviewed it many times. We've compared it against other launch monitors, but that is the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro. And you know, it comes down to, for us, with these reviews and using the product, when it comes to accuracy and affordability, this is the best launch monitor on the market. It's about 700 bucks. And let me tell you something, it comes everywhere with me. It's so portable. The way that it comes apart, it goes in a little carrying case and it shoves right in the bag. You get to the range and all you do is just pop it on, set it up. It literally sets up in like 2 minutes. Use your iPad, use your phone, plop it down, and boom, you have a data-driven range session. We haven't had those in the past. You know, we just go to the range and whack some golf balls. Now we got our data. It will help your game, I promise you guys that. Guys, be sure to let me know in the comments below, what do you like about my setup? What's making you cringe? Like, what should I change? What should I look into? I always look for some feedback from you guys. Maybe there's a putter out there. Maybe there's something else for in the bag. Maybe there's a special kind of ball marker divot tool you guys are obsessed with, or even a towel. I just have a basic towel. Maybe there's a better one. I'd love to know. We're a community of golfers together, so I do appreciate your feedback. And don't forget to go check out Frank's What's in the Bag. That's gonna come to the channel soon. He had a very unique fitting with his, a little bit different than mine. Go check that one out when it drops, and we'll see you again in the next video.